Alrighty, let's get, oh wait, let me do one thing before I go and take my thing down. Airflow is good, especially in my little room that doesn't get much AC. Sharon, hello, welcome to the stream. Happy Thursday to you too. Got my water, and I even have a cough drop in case I need it. Airflow is, yes. Airflow is a pretty good deal. Can be the absolute MVP in Texas. But yeah, it's what is ironic about how this this house is laid out. The air conditioner unit is literally sitting above my head, but well, no, let me rephrase that. They're outside, and the distribution center is literally above my head. But this room is like the last on the line, so I don't get airflow for whatever. I mean, I get a little bit, but it's just not. It doesn't quite. In middle stages of weather, it's pleasant. It's wonderful. But in the extremes of heat and cold, my room pretty much matches it. It's pretty warm in the summer and pretty darn cold in the winter. I have a little mini heater, tiny little guy I put on my feet in the winter, and then I've got my big fan down here that I turn on in the summer just to keep the air moving in here. And but yeah, it works. Oh, that's not ladylike. I need to do a little bit of thinking and layout sketching on this idea, because I haven't quite figured out how I want to do it. It's gonna be the blues. Alright, let's see, how am I going to split this up? So I've got this, is what I wrote this morning. I kind of am almost tempted to draw on my sketchbook for a minute, because I think better in there than I do. Let's just do a weird experiment. No, I need to figure out the pacing here, if it's going to be 3, 2, 1. I feel like 3, 2, 1 might be too much. I think maybe it will be a 3, 2, 1. Well, maybe a 3, 2, and all the way across, perhaps. Okay. I got tiny little hair fibers, like single strands everywhere, and I can't, they're like in my eyelashes. Okay. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. I'm gonna try this step approach. My hair is just going nuts. I turned my fan up to 2. I might have to go back down to 1. Or else I'll just shove it on this side. There we go. I'm gonna have hopefully simple. this moves over here. Oh, this is going to be the same. You're going to see a light coming here. Right, delete, there we go. This will be a double panel, I think. And I'm going to have some issues, I think, probably with lighting, but I'll figure it out. I don't think they'll be that bad. I've got to figure out. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and group these sections. Text, paste it on my scratch. Got an itch on my shoulder blade. It's everywhere. Ah, there we go. Jeez. Much better. Let me bring these down. And I think I'll lay in my text. I think on the larger version, the print version, I'm going to keep the first section. I'm just going to cut this. And so on the version that's going to be cut for Instagram, I will probably be splitting this here. There can be no darkness without light will be on a second panel. And the kindling for that light is your choice to be a part of it. I think I'll cut it that way. I think I'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, pause, and then this will be the last panel. And I think since this is going to be a seamless swipe, I'll have the text on the leftmost panel and then swipe over to the right to see this. So this will be them going to find other flutes that are lost. Bring that back to the center. Now I could, my original thought was to have this title be A Light, but I could switch it to A Light. I think both of them work. I've gotten a bunch of email. I need to delete. Seems like you have a bunch of emails that I did not delete this morning. I usually go through my emails in the morning when I'm eating breakfast, but that I know my Chewy order was delivered. And get this that clones, okay. Right now let's, oops, no, wrong way. Evenly distribute group, and then now center on the page. There we go. And now let's bring this down here, and I'm going to whoops. Let me just delete that one. I've got these two that I'm grouping and moving up in size and center. I don't think I've saved since I originally got that. Obviously, I tuck it behind your ears day. All right. It was funny. I was prepared to. Coconut was on her cat perch behind me, and so I was originally positioning her cat cam to be pointed at that perch. But as soon as I've got a little Velcro strap on the cord for the cat cam. I took that off, and that got her attention because it rolled off the desk on the back, and so she immediately, of course, went to retrieve it, claim it, investigate, and I was like, oh, what a good opportunity. So I picked up the Velcro and threw it over there. You can see the little black piece. And she dutifully went back to her heating pad. So I didn't have to angle it at the cat post. It wouldn't have been bad. It's just, it's kind of funny. She sleeps under a picture of herself. I've been drinking these Waterloos lately, and I get, maybe it's just these flavors, but this peach one, it's just giving me a beer flavor. Do I really want to be drinking this? It tastes like beer. I don't know. Maybe it's just something with my taste buds changing, because I've actually tried to, I think the last few diet drinks I've had, I think it was Diet 7-Up. I haven't had a Diet Orange or a Diet Dr. Pepper in quite a while, so I feel like my taste buds are resetting for sugar. And because I had this Japanese cookie that was kind of like the Pepperidge Farm Milano cookies with a little bit of chocolate and those small little wafers, and it felt very sugary to me. And I remember there was several years back when I went to a Japanese bakery, and I got one of these, pastry things or whatever, and it looked so delicious, but it was so incredibly bland. And I think it was just because at that point in time, my taste buds were used to so much more sugar. And like now, I feel like natural fruits, it's like eating candy. I get some grapes and I'm like, holy cow, whew. These grapes they're delicious, but they're really, really sugary. And the flavor is much more acute than in the past. But I would be consuming, I would, have my Diet Dr. Pepper. I'd have, maybe an orange drink, or even the Diet 7-Up. I feel like it's almost too sweet now. So it's interesting. And I've I made a batch of oatmeal cookies, and I had to kind of cut it in half, because a half was enough, and it was a lot of sugar. So it's interesting, and I think I read something, gosh, this itch on my back, of how your taste buds replenish or replace themselves every certain number of days. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe I've cross the threshold to kind of lessen those sugar cravings a little bit. And I've got my cabinet, my little secret stash. I've got nerds in there. I've got I've got a ton of stuff in there that I haven't touched, and it, God, really helped. I've got nerds. I've got a couple of things, and I just have zero craving for them. It's very, very weird, but I'm glad because I don't need to be having that stuff. But Waterloo doesn't have, it has the natural flavorings thing, but it doesn't have any sugars. But I don't know what the, that kind of very not transparent umbrella of natural flavors. Gives me just a little bit of change from a regular glass of water. I've also taken myself down to 1 coffee in the early morning, and I'd usually chase that with a Diet Dr. Pepper, and I've stopped doing that. I don't think I've had a Diet Dr. Pepper in about 2 weeks. I think some of that was lending. I wouldn't really crash in the afternoon, but I'd have to take a bit of a nap. It would feel like a crash, but yes. Well, yeah, no, it's just, I mean, it's just, you know, in the past those things would be gone. I'd have a little portion cup, I'd dump my nerds into it, and it would be gone. But you know, calorically those aren't that bad because it's what, like a tablespoon and 50 calories, but it's pure sugar pellets, and so I think maybe keeping their expressions a little blank, because they're going to be in the dark. They're going to be a little scared. I hate drawing scared boobs. But they won't be scared for long. And I can copy this grass over to the next panel, because they're going to notice light coming in from stage right. This up a little bit because that'll give me more room for I kind of want to make this smaller because I have to notice light coming in from the right. So let's just bring it over. Whoops. I'm going to make this smaller. I can continue this. I can draw a little bit more like they're noticing, or maybe they just kind of look over and notice something. So maybe I won't shift it a lot, but I'll kind of work on their expressions, and it'll all be light works. Yes, it's light work, easy work. So when I go to Rumble, the trainer that's up there, it's usually the same one because I go to like the same class, unless I've got like a schedule thing. But one of his favorite sayings is easy work. And it can be like, you know, he'll tell you to do burpees and he'll be like, easy work. And I'm like, no, this isn't easy work. This is in fact not easy work. You can't tell me it's easy work. I reject your assertion that this is easy work. But we do it anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift these guys. They're going to, maybe this one's going to pick up his head, and this one's going to look up a little bit. To the stream. Good to see you. I'm editing some brief expressions here. You need to take your whiskers back. This one's gonna have a little head. This one I'm gonna need to, whoops, oops, the whiskey is a little bit too whiskey. The light coming from this direction. Oh, goodness. What did I do? I was just trying to drag a point down. Created a whole pyramid. And then I'm going to zoom out a little bit more as the third floof comes into frame. And so this is all going to be light work. So they're going to be in darkness here. And then light is going to start to show over here. And then we have this floof right here. I want to retain this grass too, but I need to... They're going to be completely different positioning, so I'll just take this grass, bring it over, make it a little bit smaller, because we got to see this other character, and move it over like that, and that'll be enough room for him. And then, let's see, come in here, and let's just erase these guys. Or actually, let me not erase them. I'm going to, so I have the same sizing and proportion, I'm going to just I'm just going to group and cut the opacity down. So I have them still where this should be. And let me, I think I'm going to go ahead and bring these down a little bit. And I'll do that in the other frame too. And let me get the extras here that I left. What? So there's the proportion that I need for that. I'm going to have the other floof come in over here. And I need to draw some grass. Okay. I think, yeah, my point size was a little bit too much, so let's bring that over here. And keeping the continuity on the ground cover with this, so do I want to bring, I think I do. I know I zoomed out and I gave these guys a little bit more room, but I want to come back over here and move this section down. Just a touch. Okay. Just to keep it roughly in line. Oops. Just a touch as well. There we go. YouTube just notified me 45 minutes in. Second here. Let me save here, and I'm going to look at something real quick. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. All right, let's move over here. Going to switch back to plain old water. Maybe it's just the peach version, but I didn't really, eerie to me. Okay, yes, I did. It's like, did I turn my mic back on? Okay. And I'm learning that this is a tuck it behind your ear day. We're gonna be kind of leaning over. I gotta rub that belly. Give it up. Oh, big stretch. Give it up. Oh, we got some air mitts. Oh, just one. Oh, wait, we got a little bit. We got some air biscuits. Air biscuits are the best. Tuxie's funny. When he doesn't want to stretch, he'll kind of, his little back footers will do this. They'll just kind of like go into an L shape. It's the cutest thing. He kind of gets stuck. Yummy air biscuits, indeed. Fresh from the bakery. Oh, she's hiding the biscuits now. Little hairs going everywhere. tickling my cheek. They're right over here. I didn't bring a clippy with me, so I'm gonna try and make it through. Kind of torn whether I want to have the smaller closed. Well, it's an open mouth, but I don't have detail like I would in this one. I feel like if the mouth is smaller, this maybe is a little bit more I don't know if awestruck is the right word, but just kind of like, oh wow. But when the mouth is smaller, there's kind of like a greater reaction if the mouth is more open and I can, you know, put detail in the mouth. Tiny degrees here. Fresh biscuits would sound really good. I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's later today, and I'm kind of thinking I might. I don't have a good biscuit recipe, and I never really have made biscuits. I could just get a tin of biscuits. I want biscuits. Shoot. This one restaurant closer to here, it's really fun actually, and I didn't realize this until I looked up Hey Chris, welcome to the stream. Pretending to work. Good luck with that too. Good luck with evading detection. Just over here planning some biscuits. Maybe they don't think I need this anymore. I've got their sizing pretty much down. Well, that eye went wonky on me. They have made this mouth line a little too thin, but I'm going to leave it for now. There we go. So this is all going to be Lightworks. I'm debating whether my line art is going to be cool, dark bluish, and then, oh man. I could do a line art gradient as light comes in and warmth comes in. I could have this transition from the kind of cooler to the warmer, and then over here I can have my line art the normal warm brown, and then because I've got light over here coming in. But I have because the last time I did this I kind of got muddy. There's like a point where I'm bringing in and I haven't found the right gradient, but it's like the blues, dark navies, and oranges are a little bit clashy. I think I need a soft purple or something in the middle, and maybe maybe I just need to walk the color through a more desaturated state. Because I can go from one end to the other if I cross through a desaturated set of colors. I want it to be balanced though. I don't want it to look muddy and weird. So that's going to be the most challenging. The line art for this is going to be easy. But it's the coloring that will be a difficult one. And maybe I'll look at the Lanterns comic from quite a few years ago, because that had some good light effects in it that I enjoyed. I might try to see what I did in that one again. Dee, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing all right today. Yeah, I did do a shorter stream on Tuesday. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Right, let's go ahead and get all of this and drop it down. %. Glad you enjoy them, Dee. I've got these two. I don't think I need to copy this over anymore because the angle is changing and it's kind of changing just a little bit. And I realize I made this blue. Uh-oh. Oh, good. I thought Illustrator had crashed on me. Just turns out I lost my stylus for a minute. I made this guy smaller than he should be. These are about equal size flutes, so I need to make sure they're all equal size flutes. Maybe I don't really want to go through and change the sizing though. Maybe I'll just bring this one down further in the frame, like he's turned around, he's looking at the other one. And then, okay, let's just roll. I think I need to bring my font size back up again. Right? Did I have looking at I need to bring ears together a little bit more. Trying to keep the portion here consistent. Eyes are up on, he's looking up, so to get the gesture of the body right and make sure the sizing is still okay. are a little bit round, but I feel like he needs a little more booty. Just need a little more booty. Extra booty on fluke number 1. There you go. Give you your little flutter bell. The other night she was dreaming and doing her growly thing again. It was pretty funny. Because it's almost like a, well, what, it's like a, it starts off really low and then starts to grow. I always wonder what she's hunting. Because she's hunting probably, I would have to guess maybe lizards, because she is uniquely insulted by every lizard she sees. Good, but I need to bring, yeah, I need a foot. I need another foot too. Sort of, there you go. And I'll draw on the grass in a minute. I'm going to need this grass because I'm going to have a floof right here. He's going to turn around and look. I'm going to have like the back of the floof. Although I was thinking I might put them over here. And we'll do a close up on the middle one. I think that would make more sense to have him standing up here. So I can move this guy. Whoops. This guy over. Oh, Beanie. Are you going to attack it again? Yep. Oh. Attack it. I don't know if you can see it, but she's purring so, it's just a full body purr and her body's like rocking. I was going to move this over. Did you kill it, Beanie? Like that was enough movement for now. She has concluded her participation. I'll just draw the whiskers. This one is kind of... I need to do my foreground elements, which are poofy and puffy. There we go. Bring this out. I can shave down this extra booty that I gave this floof before I moved him. Right? And now middle floof. Oh. I guess I can just select this whole thing and down. Fade. Bring this side up a little bit because the floof needs to curve down. Maybe this body a little bit more like let's just restart. Had to step away for a bit, came back to happy floof. Yes, it's always good to see a happy floof after seeing unsure. But this is how it's going. So the text that I have is title's called, I'm still debating whether I make it one word or two, a light versus a light. But the text goes, there can be no darkness without light, and the kindling for that light is your choice to be a part of it. So I've got, these floofs are going to be in darkness, and then they're going to see light is going to shine over from this side, and here comes this floof with a little flutter bug. And then you can see how the flutter bugs pop over here. And then they'll be finding other floofs that are stuck out in the dark. I need to do this. And I need to get the gesture on this body right. Guess that could be okay because I don't like this little. His eyes are wonky. I want him to be looking up, so I feel like I have to skew his eyes up like that. I don't think that's how I want to do it. I need to maybe raise forehead a little bit. Maybe a key, there we go, I think I got it. Just tipping them a little bit closer so it looks like the eyeballs are both up here. That, and actually let me group the little pop. To smooth out this piece of mouth. Looking down my nose at it, because sometimes that works. Sometimes, like when I look up to the screen here, even though that is technically smaller than what I'm looking at right here, I can see it better and kind of see the whole picture of it better. I feel like it's more like a thumbnail up there. Like this needs to be just a smidge. There we go. It's not so, he's not turning away, so I don't want to have them so far different in size, but again, this eyeball I may have to come back and fiddle with him a little bit. Maybe. Little changes make such a difference. And you know, there were several times, especially when I was kind of early in my daily drawing practice, I would be redrawing lines, and the difference would be just slight. But I'd have to get that right angle. You could do it. You could do it. There needs to be a little bit of a different angle. Okay. Alright, and now for the final frame. Can I move this out? Or did I group it all together? I did not. And now what I need to do is one thing. I'm going to get my... Well, let's just do it this way. I don't need to do it that way. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's do it this way. Edge to edge, because this will approximate my seamless swipe. So that's about where it's going to be. I think that'll be enough. I'm going to keep this as just a rough guide, and I'm going to make it just a little bit darker, just so I can get the positioning right. Save this again, and let's get this one knocked out, and then I'll be done with the art, or the line art rather. Oh, okay. And let's go ahead and move this to the front, and that to the front. Alright, let's group my frames. The frame is grouped. think I'll start with this frame over here because that's like the, and again, I feel like I should have changed the sizing of these glues, but it's all right. We'll make do. Let's fix this angle over here. How did that happen? Strange. Maybe this level doesn't really matter, but just kind of looks like a weird cut. I just drew stuff, and I'm covering up my flute I just drew, but it's okay. Gotta get the positioning right. Okay. So if this is going to be in case, I can go ahead and erase this. Here we go, there we go. And let's clean up this stuff. A little bit missing. I'm going to be walking here, and I will do, like, you know, elements over here. That right now. good that that decided to be its own independent little point. Sometimes it just attaches to the end of the stroke I'm drawing and I have to redraw the whole thing. Alright. I'm going to make this swoop a little larger. That middle forehead bit is a little bit too big. Together. Bug in there. Just make it a little bit more interesting in terms of terrain. It's not just a flat across rather. I'm going to do maybe one fluke over here and the other one right there. You're out. And then other fluke is going to be over here. Maybe he's looking out from behind the bush. Okay, I can get rid of that approximation. It kind of reminds me of my grandpa. He kind of smiled like that. That over here. Now I do need some grass down here because bushes don't grow out of nothing. Maybe I'll do like a smaller. Okay. I kind of ended up making it a flat terrain anyway. That's alright. That's okay. I will have room for my call to action though, which, why didn't you erase? Okay. Get rid of that. I just need to throw a little bit more grass in here. That. I may go for some fall colors on this. Just changing up the grass a little bit. I like I think it's in the second set. This is my leafy walk. I've been enjoying these a little bit more goldy brown, and I think of them like crunchy grass colors. So I might do that. But they're a little bit more fall, a little bit more less the bright saturated summery greens, and more of the kind of like the greens you'd see in a riverbed, and greens and browns kind of there, like a forest, like fall forest. Have I not grouped any of this? Why would I group anything? Why would I make it easy on myself? Guys out. There we go. And also, I can get rid of my double swipe approximations because I know that this is going to work. And I just need to add a little bit of foreground right here. So let's come in here, and I'm going to do something like that. And that's enough room for my little call to action with the web addresses and everything. And let's hit save. So this is going to be, the challenge here is going to be lighting, because I want to do a really strong I gotta determine, because I was thinking the line art could be cool to mess with like that, but I'm thinking, kind of second guessing myself. I'll play around with colors and see how I want to do it. I'm going to look back at the Lanterns comic, because I know I did blue line art there with a lot of oranges and yellows, and it kind of felt a little off balance, and I think I may have corrected it with changing the light to more of a green cast and moving it a little bit warmer. I know I made a couple of them in that way. And I could really push it if I did, similar again to the Lanterns comic, the entirety of the board in that dark midnight blue. Because they will be, you know, still in that scene here. I might actually just make the line art that dark midnight blue instead of the brown. Something to think about though. But yeah, I think that'll be it for me today. And let's see here. I did hit save. And there's a close-up. I haven't put any shading in there yet, but it shouldn't be too bad. And again, it'll be pretty minimal because I don't have, especially in this first panel, I don't have a light source except whatever the ambient night light is, which maybe would be the moon coming in lightly from the top. And then we have the warmer light, or maybe it's a greenish tinge, maybe something like that, or maybe the pretty blue, something over here, coming in over here. And then the whole scene is warmed up a little. That'll be good. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this drawing stream. I will be coloring this off stream tonight, and you'll be able to see the finished comic tomorrow morning. And I post them well, a little bit early on the website, and then they go live on social media like at 9 a.m. Central. So that's when that will be live. And but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and do my ending screen. I hope you have a great weekend too, Sharon D. Chris, thank you guys so much. Catherine, if you're still in here, any of my lurkers, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the stream and the air biscuits that Coconut graced us with. She delivered cuteness aplenty. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.